Expecto do 2 shots of Patron.
Guardian Leviosa, not Guardian Leviosa.
That's a great quote. I love that. Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Lauren.
And we are
the
NeuroNerds.
Yes, that was on time.
I feel pretty good about that.
NeuroNerds.
All right, so I think we're going to start out today by talking about our nicknames because we are the NeuroNerds.
Yes. So we've talked about the neuro.
Yeah.
Now we got to really talk about why we're nerds.
We had the neurological issues, both of
Yes.
us, which is so much fun.
So we're both kind of nuts.
Just a little bit.
I feel like I'm an almond or a cashew.
No, cashew's like my favorite nut. As like growing up, I never got into like any nuts, and then like I had almonds. I'm like, they're okay, but then like I become a huge fan of like cashews.
Ooh,
They're like
pistachios.
everything. Oh, pistachios are kind of like garbage.
Excuse you. I'm a pistachio because I'm a Slytherin, so green. Hello.
There's no blue nut. I'm Ravenclaw, son. Do you want to know why?
There are some blue nuts.
Oh, speaking of nerdom, I'm Ravenclaw. I'm House Ravenclaw. I don't know about if anybody else, any of the Harry Potter fans out there, like have houses.
Who doesn't?
My significant other is House Hufflepuff.
So cute.
It's adorable, and my neuro nerd partner is a Slytherin.
Yeah.
Because she's evil.
Yeah. I'm literally like, according to the Joker, one bad day away from my supervillain origin story.
Seriously, I opened up the trunk of her car once, and it was full of human thumbs. It was really crazy. I was like, Lauren, we're gonna have a discussion.
Well, at least I didn't include yours.
That's very true. So, our nerdom, we gave ourselves little nerdy nicknames.
We dubbed each other.
Yeah. So, Lauren, because I'm just gonna tell you guys, Lauren is a badass.
Aww.
So she's an ass kicker. She's a martial artist. She's an amazing dancer. I've seen her. She teaches pole, so she does like pole dancing. Like not the pole dancing you're thinking of. Like
Though that has happened.
like competitive pole.
That too.
And like her forearms are like my thighs. Like they're so strong. So she's amazing. Every time like I see her little clips on Instagram of her dancing, I'm like, oh, I'm blushing. Put on some pants.
No, then I slip and fall and die.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I've already got one injury.
So she's literally like when I say like an ass kicker, I saw some video of her doing taekwondo. She's an ass kicker. So I dubbed her
Batman first.
Yeah, she's Batman, so she would be Bat Widow.
Yes.
Yeah, because like I think secretly you might be a double agent somewhere.
I might. I speak enough languages.
Yeah.
No, so I've done martial arts for 22 years. I have a 4th degree black belt in Taekwondo. I am both a national and an international gold medalist for sparring and for forms. I also have a 1st degree black belt and a license from the South Korean government for a martial art called Tukong Musul, which is the South Korean Special Forces martial art.
How dope is that?
I know. I actually had to travel to Korea to go test in front of the founder of the martial art and 4 Special Forces soldiers. Super cool. I also have basic bodyguard training. I'm also firearm and knife trained. I've also dabbled in judo, jiu-jitsu, kendo, all sorts of fun stuff. So like that's like the Batman part because I'm like, you don't know that. Like
right.
you look at me and you think I'm Bruce Wayne, but not. Like if there's Brucea Wayne. Like, you know, I don't look like I might be able to kill people. And yes, and pole dancing. I've been dancing for 11 years, teaching pole and dancing pole for 6.
And belly dance too.
Oh, and
You're
belly
a dope
dance,
ass belly dancer too.
Yep. And so I'm this really like cool dichotomy of stuff. It's like super feminine stuff and then like super masculine stuff. It's like I can seduce you and then fucking kill you.
Right.
So hence Black Widow. Right.
Bat Widow.
So I am Bat Widow in order to make sure I'm representing both my Marvel love and my DC tolerance.
Yeah, so tolerance, that's actually brilliant.
So I represent Batman and Black Widow. Woo, woo. I wish I had red hair and I speak very bad Russian. So that I need to work on that.
I drink vodka if that
I drink vodka too. That's the only
Yeah,
alcohol I will
Russian.
do. There you go, Russian.
So you have like all these accolades. I barely speak English.
Well, let me. Okay, so I named Joe Strokepool.
Boom.
Okay, because one, he had a stroke, right?
Yep.
So I remember we were having a discussion, and one of the cool things about having a support partner or support group is like when you're just having a really down day, you're like, I'm just going to text someone and be like, hey, today kind of sucks. And I think it was one of those days, and Joe had texted me and was like, today kind of sucked. And so I was giving him a pep talk, and I was sending him all the gifts. So if you guys were like flies on the wall and could look at our iPhone stream messaging,
Oh my God.
like it's all gifts, like all the gifts that you could possibly find. There's like cats on there. There's Winnie the Pooh and SpongeBob, and then all the comics that you could find on there. And I remember I was like, wait, you're like Deadpool. I was like, you have suffered through this craziness and you've come out the other end and you're like super resilient. You know, you're funny. You're not Ryan Reynolds, but like even Ryan Reynolds is not Ryan Reynolds,
Man,
according to him in that movie. You
this
know, like
whole time I thought it was because I look exactly like Ryan Reynolds.
oh right,
How
yeah,
disappointed
sure.
am
I
I?
know, right? So I'm just gonna do the way Wade Wilson did. I'm just gonna like staple a picture of Ryan Reynolds' face on him. But anyways, so I was like, you're like Deadpool. So I kept reminding him that he was Deadpool, and then about an hour later, I had the epiphany of like, oh my God, who is Deadpool based off? Deathstroke. What did Joe have? He had a stroke. Strokepool. How perfect.
Dope is that? And I love Deathstroke.
Yes.
It's like one of my favorite villains.
Because Deathstroke is pretty badass. If I do say so myself.
He is.
Yes.
I also like Deathstroke because he has gray hair, and like all my hair is turning gray now, which sucks.
And I
Thanks,
can
Mom, for
relate.
being a premature gray.
Dude, my dad has all white hair and he had it like in his 30s, and
Yeah.
I have my rogue streak still.
Yeah, you do have your rogue
I have
streak.
my
You
rogue
do have
streak.
your rogue streak. My mom was a premature gray like Steve Martin. I think wait, what did she say? I think it was like late 20s, early 30s. She just went like completely gray.
Yeah.
I'm still, well, I don't have any hair, but like the little hair I do, it's like a little salt and pepper.
Like his beard,
My
yeah.
beard,
It's more salt than pepper.
I have, no, not salt. I have platinum streaks in my beard.
Oh, damn.
See, right?
Oh, damn.
See, Strokepool don't play.
Yeah.
So we
But talk about your accolades. You have some.
I survived.
Wait, but isn't that like the most important attribute of Wade Wilson, of Deadpool?
It
is
is
like he doesn't die, and then Deathstroke's like main thing is he's a fucking badass.
He is.
So you're a badass.
I am
survives,
a badass.
That survives.
I am. I yes, I did survive.
Yes,
you know,
that beats mine. Like, come on.
Well, growing up, you know, I started out like my career in retail.
Like most of us.
Like most of us. So like I started out back in the day at Zany Brainy, like in my early days.
Okay, can we just for a moment
Oh,
there?
shit,
Like
I
what?
didn't
Look
even
at
think
that,
about
right?
that.
How?
Oh man, it comes full circle.
Yeah.
So like I remember when it started out, I was just looking for a gig, and it was just hard to find a gig. So it was around Christmas time, and they had a help wanted sign. I went in, and they literally were hiring for like holiday. So like you work for like 2 months, and then the new year kicks in, and then that's it, you're done. That was it. You're like seasonal. So I went in for seasonal, but then like a position open like in a stock room. I became the receiving specialist. Then from that I became a key holder. Key holder became assistant, and then I think it was a year and a half later I took over my first store. So here I am in my early 20s, an idiot with like a $2.5 million a year store under my belt, which is cool. So I dove like headfirst into that, and I didn't really. All right, I ain't had much book learning. So like all of these other store managers like had these college degrees in business, and I'm like, I just worked really, really hard. So
tenacity.
I refused to be outworked, so I just kept like building. I ended up taking over like a damn near $8 million a year store, which was really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, maybe like the stroke stuff started back then with the stress. That was very stressful.
Yeah, in your early 20s.
And then I got tired of people telling me what to do. So I didn't like working for a really big company. So when that company went under, because it did, I started working for Banana Republic. And then I didn't like that because it was like high school extended. So then I decided to, I was like, I just want to run a smaller store. So I started working for a vitamin store, which was only like a $800,000 a year store. So it was like I had like 3 associates. It was weird because I had like 30 and now I have 3. And then like I decided to branch off and like, you know, open up a store of my own, which it was around the recession, was not a good look. So that didn't really work out well. So then I decided to, you know, switch a course. and like post stroke instead of doing like because retail is kind of dead. I don't know if anybody noticed.
Mhm.
So I've been doing like these emceeing gigs, which is really weird. So
And
I get
you're
to
really good MC.
oh, thank you.
If
So I
you
get
guys
to be
haven't been able to tell from my partner's amazing job.
so I get to be an idiot in front of people, which
And
is
get
kind of
paid
cool.
for it.
Like how dope is that?
Yeah.
Right? I just love anytime you could be an idiot in front of people and then people give you money. How awesome is that? Living the dream.
I was about to say that.
Literally.
See, we have one mind.
One mind. One mind. See, when she eats, I am no longer hungry. We are one person.
Okay, good. I thought you were going to go somewhere else. And I was like, we are not the human centipede.
Oh my God.
Because that was literally what you just said.
Oh my God. So when I was in Thailand, so by the way, I traveled for the first time abroad in my life. Again, growing up, just trying to get to the next day, like being in survival mode since I was like in single digits, there wasn't any time for like, oh, tomorrow, or do you want to do this? And I never even thought of travel. I never thought it was on my radar. So even when I would take vacation, I would just take a vacation like locally, not to go anywhere or do anything, just kind of like hang out and not do anything. So, but now that I came so close to death, and I'm back, I decided, it's time to travel. So I got my passport.
Come back from the dead.
I did. I arose. The phoenix that I am today. And so I went to Thailand, and Thailand is awesome, but it's really weird. So they had this art, I guess it was art, like these, it looked like these little.
I'm so scared.
It's so weird. It's like these cartoon babies, maybe.
Okay.
These cartoon characters, and they're like crawling.
Okay.
And they have like their tongue sticking out, and there's 3 of them, one behind one another. It literally looked like human centipede. I don't understand what it was. I don't know what it represented, but it was really weird.
If anyone out there knows what that is, we'd love to know what it actually is.
Yes.
Because we don't think it was the human centipede.
And if you don't know what human centipede is, just
go to Wikipedia.
Yes.
Don't watch it.
Definitely. Maybe watch the trailer because it doesn't show too much, but it's weird.
Well, it's a specific genre. Gore porn? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
It's
It's like Hostel almost, but worse.
Yeah.
Oh,
oh my God, we did the mind thing again.
I'm telling you, we were spot on.
Wow.
But yeah, that's
So obscure gore porn horror movie reference done.
And I'll say this: I love terrible movies. I do.
I love some terrible movies.
I love almost all terrible movies.
Really?
Like even some of my favorite movies are terrible, like Biodome.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, it's Pauly Shore at his best.
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh,
no,
it's
for
terrible.
sure I have not seen it.
I kind of love that movie. You know, I used to like Michael Bay movies.
The last one I loved from him that was really good.
Wait.
That was what was it?
What was it really?
It was good.
Okay.
Oh, do you know what I'm thinking about?
Is it Armageddon?
Yes, I love Armageddon. Oh my God.
Oh,
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Ben Affleck even called Michael Bay out and said, well, like, why would it be harder to train oil drillers to be, or astronauts to be oil drillers and oil drillers? And he told him to shut up. I mean, like, yes, it makes no sense on the premise, but it is good, exploding, entertaining fun. Bruce Willis is at his best. Liv Tyler, I mean, it's just there. I love her, but she was just there.
Bruce Willis was rocking the house for a while because like he was balding, but not bald yet.
Yeah,
and for a while, like when I was balding, like that was like my idol. I was like, dude, I could pull off this Bruce Willis thing.
Really?
Yeah, well, it was back in the day.
Okay.
You know, now I'm pulling off the Mr. Clean look.
Not quite. I'm like, your aim should be Vin Diesel.
No one's aim should ever be Vin Diesel.
Why? What I love about
sorry.
Okay, talking nerdy. What I love about Vin Diesel, okay, other than the fact
should be a very short list.
I was just saying is the fact that he's an actor. It's kind of like Carl Urban, where they have been in like obscure fantasy.
I love
sci-fi.
Carl Urban.
I love Carl Urban too. Excuse you.
Don't put him in a sing.
Let me finish about Vin Diesel, and then we will start on Carl Urban, okay? Because I can talk about that man. Vin Diesel was Riddick. He was in these obscure sci-fi movies and in fantasy, right? And then he went on to commercial success. Like, God bless him. He made his money.
Yeah, I am very happy for him.
The pacifier. Yes, he made his money in that movie.
God, that's right. I am not a fan of the Fast and the Furious movies.
Neither am I. The first one was good. And Jordana Brewster is hot.
She's adequate.
Wow.
She's cool.
What, you like Camilla Bell better?
A little bit.
They're both pretty. I like them. They're pretty.
But Vin Diesel, Chronicles of Riddick, dope movie.
Right.
Like, I really like that. Now, again, I did say I love terrible movies.
Oh, that is true.
It's terrible, but I love it. Like, I love it so much. And Carl Urban, to be honest, I thought he should have been Batman.
Ooh,
You're right.
Yeah.
I think he would have been a dope Batman. I think he would have been a terrible Bruce Wayne, but he would have been a dope Batman. He's got like the chin, he's got the voice.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
Well, because he did Judge Dredd, so he was he completely only had mouth down, so
How
he did great.
Good was Judge Dredd?
It was a good movie.
No, it was so good.
It was good.
Okay.
Not my favorite, but it was good. Do you know what my favorite version of Carl Urban is besides Red?
Lord of the Rings?
No, besides Red, and you've seen Red, right?
Red's great.
I love Red,
Red's
and
great.
I love him in there with the cute hair. Xena, he was in Xena.
Wait.
Yes, he played three different
I
characters
guess I didn't watch
in
a
Xena.
lot of Xena.
I've watched all 6 seasons.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
Xena.
So he played in season 1 an obscure farmer villager. Then he was Cupid he was recurringly Cupid, and he
Really?
was also
They have a little bow and arrow?
Yes, he
Was
did.
he in a diaper?
No, he was not in his diaper.
Oh.
His baby was, but he had a harness with wings on and his bow, and then he was Julius Caesar.
That's so weird.
I love it. So Carl Urban can do no wrong.
And then he was Bones.
And then he was Bones.
I thought he was a great Bones.
And I liked him in Doom. Talk about bad movies. I
Doom
love
is so
Doom.
terrible. Okay, Doom is terrible, but any gamers out there, I'm a gamer. I love video games.
I'm not.
Again,
I like 2.
post stroke, it sucked because I wasn't allowed to play video games.
Right, it hurts your head.
No, it does. So all the flashing lights, like I could have had another stroke or a seizure my first month or 2 out of the hospital. So I was told, like, don't play any of those video games for like 2-3 months, which sucked because I love playing video games. Oh, and to go deeper into that, I sucked at them for a really long time post stroke.
Oh, I was like before?
No, I'm amazing. I always had this thing, give me 48 hours, I'll pass any game.
Oh, wow. That's
Any
impressive.
game. Now I started playing new games. They're so difficult for me. Like, it's hard to get my thumbs and my brain and everything acclimated again. But even playing old games that I've passed before, they're so challenging.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've done this. Why am I struggling? So I was playing, oh my gosh, what was I playing? I was playing an Assassin's Creed game.
Oh.
No, yes. I was playing the Ezio collection. So I passed all 3, and it took me so long, and it was so difficult to pass the first one that I just started playing the second one again, and I've progressively gotten better. So I'm getting my thumbs back.
Oh,
you know,
good.
I'm getting it back because gaming brought me so much joy. So to get back to Doom, there's this one section in the movie that out of all video game movies, it might be the
was
best
done
section.
so well. It's the
first
point of
person.
view. Yeah, the first
So
person
it's a
point of
first
view.
person view. It's like a fight, and it's actually like watching somebody play the game, but like in real life.
Yes.
It was awesome.
I don't think it's been done better since.
No, ever. But I haven't seen Hardcore Henry.
I have no idea.
So
what that
Hardcore
is.
Henry is like, it's not a video game, it's a movie. It's a first person movie. The entire movie's first person.
Oh my god. Oh, is this like the running one?
Yes.
The parkour one?
Kind of, and like there's a lot of stuff going on. It's with
Yeah.
Charlotte Copley.
Okay, yeah.
So like visually it looks crazy, but I think I might swallow my tongue, so I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Because it's kind of like Blair Witch Project. There's a lot of shaky
Oh,
cam.
no, I don't do that. That before my head injury, I didn't do shaky cam.
I did Blair Witch.
Nope.
It was a little bit too much. It's a good movie, not great. It was
Good
cool.
for its time?
For its time.
Okay.
It was excellent. And then I also did shaky cam with a big monster movie, Cloverfield.
I never watched
Cloverfield's excellent.
I watched the one after.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, that.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh, that was really good.
You know, and
Yeah.
I love John
It was
Goodman.
creepy.
And I love Ramona Flowers.
Creepy.
Did you ever
Creepy
see
John-
Scott
no.
Pilgrim versus the World?
No.
Please watch Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I know.
Maybe the best video game movie ever because it's a video game.
Okay, well, talking about video games, I remember again, like I said
What are your 2?
So Baldur's Gate Shadows
Oh my
of Am is from the I think late 90s or if 2001. They re-released a Windows 8 version, which is fabulous. So I downloaded it so I could play on my
So
computer.
I'll say this. I am NeuroNerd Joe, and this is super neuro increda nerd Lauren.
Let me finish.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. If you don't know what Baldur's Gate is, it's a fantasy. It's
MMO? RPG?
what's the mix?
Again,
Again, Brendan Dream. Anyway, it's the one where it's like you create you create your character, and then you can have all your party and
Sim.
stuff like that.
a simulation.
It is. I don't know. There's some term, and apparently I don't remember the term, or know it. But anyway, so you make your party, but it's like one of those where it's like Dungeons and Dragons light, and I've done Dungeons and Dragons
Nerd.
because I played with my friends. But then, so what you do with this one is like you roll your dice.
Is it a 20-sided die?
It is because it's on the computer. Okay. And so what
Wait,
you do.
hold, you're not even rolling a real die?
No, because I'm playing on the computer.
God, how did you go nerdier than nerd?
Wait, let me finish. This episode's about how nerdy I really am.
Seriously.
Wait, let me finish. So you asked about the 2 games I played.
Right.
So I'm only going to include the expansion of Baldur's Gate
gosh.
called Throne of Ball. That's just one game, okay? Shadows of Am. And I played the original Baldur's Gate, and I played the one that came before that that's kind of similar called Rage of Mages. I think I had that on my Windows 97 laptop, my dad's computer.
What is happening?
Wait. So the one I played like on console was Final Fantasy X and X-2. I played 2 of those. I played Final Fantasy X and X-2. But it was very interesting. When I had the brain injury, I played Baldur's Gate. I was able to actually play it. And it was a really good alternative to TV because TV hurt more than the video game. And I think it was because it was on my laptop and there was no flashing lights. There was none of that. It was just the screen and my characters moving and things happening. Even when I would get into battles and I'd have to like assign things, there was no huge flashes on the screen. It was just my little characters fighting, kobolds or whatever right there. And then he's giving me the look of like,
I really am.
Okay, so I'm just going to go back.
There are, I'm sure there's a handful of people that are listening to this looking at the speaker exactly how I'm looking at you right now.
You know what? I am proud of playing my game. Okay.
Be proud.
I am not a gamer. I don't claim to be a gamer. I tried World of Warcraft for about 2 hours and I could not do it because I thought the dumbest thing on the face of the planet. So I went back and played Baldur's Gate. Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
You are shaming World of Warcraft for Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
Cool. You know what that's kind of like that's shaming the VCR. No, beta. It's all about beta. No, they're one and the same. They're weird. But you know what? I'm very happy that it brought you so much joy.
Yeah, actually it got me through a lot. Because literally I love to read. If we're gonna keep talking about nerd. I read a lot of fan fiction.
Wait, you even write fan fiction?
Yes. Shh. Maybe throughout, if you guys listen to the podcast, I'll even reveal who my username is.
Oh,
but you have. That's the hook. That's the bait. You guys got to stay if you guys really want to see how nerdy I am.
It gets deep.
But anyways, no. And so I remember spending a lot of my time of recovery. I would just be hanging out in my room, playing Baldur's Gate for a couple hours because I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't read. I couldn't write emails for work. It was just so stressful. So I played my video game and it was awesome. Actually, now I think about it, that really helped me through some of the initial recovery was playing that game.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Like I really wish.
Go play Baldur's Gate. You can download it. I think it's $20.
They might pay you to play it. 'Cause that's a terrible game.
Oh, you take that back.
I'll take it back because I know it brings you joy.
Yes.
I'm like I'm an avid gamer. Like I'm a huge gamer. I haven't really gotten a game as much as I'd like the last year or so, like post stroke. But I'm getting back slowly but surely. I'm a Metal Gear Solid guy. I'm a God of War guy. I'm a BioShock guy. I actually have a BioShock tattoo on my wrist.
He does.
Yes.
That's intense.
Yes, I do, because I'm that much of a fan.
He's intense.
And then I have like that tattoo I'm gonna get on my face. I'm not gonna get a face tattoo. I'm not that crazy.
He has tattoos elsewhere, but I no, not on the face.
Yeah. I'm gonna. So I have my nerdy arm. So on my right shoulder, I have. All right, so I'll tell you about my first tattoo. First tattoo I ever got, I was 17 years old, and I got my name on my shoulder in Old English writing. I know, I was 17. So as I grew up, everybody made fun of my tattoo. So post-stroke, my tattoo guy, Saul Armis, dope tattoo guy, he cleaned it up. He turned it into, he turned the O into the Death Star, and then he did like the Deathly Hallows insignia behind it. And it says, Joe, the boy who lived.
It's
because
excellent.
I have my stroke scar from when they drained my brain. Is that the proper way to say that?
Sure.
So like after the bleed in my brain, like my brain was swelling.
They had to put a hole.
So they put a hole in my head to like drain it out. I guess drain the brain. That's the perfect description.
Yeah, literally what happened.
So I had like this crazy. This brings it into nerdom. I had this I was super self-conscious about the scar that I have on my head. It's not very big. It's maybe about an inch. But to me, it was my entire face. You know what I mean? Anytime we would go out, I'd grab like a beanie or I'd grab my hat real quick. And I just I didn't want anybody to see it. I felt super self-conscious until, my girlfriend, she helped me shave my head. And then I was like, no, I gotta be careful. I don't want people to see it. And she was like, she put her hands on my shoulder and she was like, it's okay. It's like your Harry Potter scar because you're the boy who lived. I was like, oh, and it meant so much to me because it was very difficult just to be comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah.
With this, what I felt was this giant scar on my, this.
It's a disfigurement.
Exactly. It's exactly how I felt. I felt disfigured. And she made me feel so comfortable and confident just to walk out again because yes, I did live, and I am. So I'm the boy who lived. So I got, so now it says Joe, the boy who lived. And it's like Deathly Hallows, but instead of a wand, it's the lightsaber because I'm more Star Wars and Harry Potter. And then I got my my stroke
ribbon.
Yeah, my stroke ribbon right below that, and it has the date of my stroke and says stroke survivor. And then in the middle of it, it has Yoda because Star Wars.
Yoda.
And then it says do or do not, there is no try. And that's how I feel about my recovery. I'm in it. I'm in it, not halfway. I'm not gonna try because it's.
You have
I'm
no
gonna
option
do.
to try.
Yeah, I don't. If there's an option, I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna do. So that's what I'm here to do. Not do not. I am here to do. And that's how I'm looking at my recovery.
When they make the movie of his life, this whole NeuroNerds empire that we will have at the time is going to be the training montage that Luke goes through. This is your training montage.
That'd be awesome. Well, in my recovery, if there's any of that montage, the times that I would fall down for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So organization is a big thing, post stroke.
Post brain injury in general, organization and routine are helpful.
And also multitasking is the worst. You shouldn't multitask, period.
Yes.
It's not great for your brain. The more and more I'm researching and reading about it. I was an amazing multitasker.
Same.
But I did have a stroke, so maybe that wasn't such a good thing.
And I can't handle stress very well anymore.
So now post stroke, one thing at a time is everything. Yeah. Organization is everything.
And that's the hardest thing sometimes to create is to
so
create
difficult.
that one at a time. You got to finish one thing before you jump to the next because our brain's already 5 miles ahead of us and we're slow it down, slow it down.
So schedules help. And then when things veer away from the schedule, it throws me for a loop. So I'm learning to adapt and cope to that. But yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's very overwhelming. I'm tired of using the word overwhelming because I don't know. I think it loses a little bit of its luster, but I am always overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I don't know how
that's a good all-encompassing catch-all term.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys feel out there, but with my recovery, so you have 4 things to do this one day and everything is going as smoothly as possible and you're hitting all these points and you're doing exactly what was laid out smoothly and comfortably. That was overwhelming. Just your normal everyday, well, I have to go to the store or I have to go do this or I have to go, whatever it is, was just crazy overwhelming. So people don't understand that. It's it was simple. It's
you had 4 things on your list. You know, normally you have 20.
Exactly.
But then you're forgetting the anxiety that goes in between each one, and then what you're thinking about the day before, and then wait, how long am I going to spend here? And wait, what? And sometimes you just go, man, that just sounds way too hard. I don't want to do anything.
Yes, yeah, I'd rather just sleep,
or just stay in and read, or play video games, or just not think.
Yeah, yes. I'm not much of a reader. I have I got a touch of the ADD, so I would drift and I wouldn't really retain what I was reading, so it became very frustrating to read. So book on tape, amazing, so good. Also, that's why I think I like movies and TV so much, because it's a story that you're seeing and hearing as opposed to one you're reading. I don't know, I've never been a big reader.
I'm only a reader. Oh no, that's a lie. No, I watch other things, but I love reading. I read every single day.
Man,
yeah,
I'd like to say I do.
It's a goal.
It's a goal. That's a goal. I started reading a little bit.
He's going to read your stories every day. That's
I am.
That is his homework. Please help us feed his brain and his
I
homework.
almost feel like a creeper because anytime like, I find somebody new or like somebody follows me or like puts like a comment or something like that, like I go and I check these people out and like I try to read their stories or like figure out like what happened and like their recovery and stuff. Like I do. Oh my God, I'm a voyeur.
You are so a voyeur.
But like it's helpful to see, not to see other people going through this stuff. It's just helpful to see, people fighting to be better, people fighting to heal and grow. I think it's amazing. It really is, because for so long I was just looking for my community, and it was just so hard to find, people who are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who have had a stroke. Cool, we can relate with like certain things, but I was 39. And it was just a lot more difficult to talk to people who have actually lived a full life. I was just hitting my stride. Actually, I didn't even come close to hitting my stride because I was in survival mode my entire life.
I was like, you're hitting your stride. You're on your way to your stride now.
I'm telling you, Joe 2.0, killing it. So like, it's really nice to see people out there. And what's really cool is, some of the people, some people have met through people who have like followed me. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like what is it, like seven whatever.
6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, like people are kind of like connecting through like things that like we're doing over here. And I think that is so cool. Like I dig that so much. That's why like I really wanted to do the You So Rocks section on my blog and my website, because you guys rock.
Well, on top of that, all of us have some sort of story, and writing does help, or talking it out helps. But sometimes we're like, okay, now what do I do with it? You don't want to go out and create your own blog because that's stressful. And then you don't want to post it on Facebook and because it's kind of private, but you want that external validation, or you just want that audience, someone to read your story and say, yes, I read it. And, congratulations for what you're going through, right? Good, bad, or indifferent. And so that's what Joe So Rocks and You So Rocks is for, you to have like a safe, quote unquote safe space. But it's a community where people who are reading this are either within the brain injury situation, or they've come to that. So they're not coming with negativity. They're coming to that page because they want to be there. They want to read your stories.
All right. Hopefully there are no trolls. And even if there
if there are trolls, Bat Widow's going to go fucking kill them.
Oh, you know what? That's a thing.
Yeah, I got knives.
Oh, and Lauren showed me a move where like you put like your thumb in the like the
or
upper,
any finger,
the upper chest, like where you're like below the Adam's apple. It's like such a painful point. She was like, attack me. And I was like, all right, I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, I'm 5'4".
She's 5. I'm 6'2". And I was like, all right, I got you. And she just put the little thumb in there. Oh my God. If I wasn't so vain, I would have cried. It hurts so bad.
It's like my Mortal Kombat move. Like if I was, not katana, but if I created my own person, that would be like ripping their rib cage out.
No, seriously.
That way. That's how I would kill them.
I'll say
that's my fatality.
That's what it felt like. You, instead of fatalities, why can't you do the friendships? You remember those?
Oh, I want the baby ones where they transfer into babies.
Are you talking about Babality?
Babality, yes.
Yeah, I used to play the heck out of some Mortal Kombat. My mom hated it. She was like, that is just too violent. I was like, yeah, but I'm not really going to do these things. Well, I didn't even think those things were the things that people could do.
Well.
Oh, yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah, but that widow, that's how she got the widow part.
Right?
She has some red in her ledger.
That movie Red Sparrow that might actually be about me.
Oh, that terrible garbage movie with Jennifer Lawrence.
It's the sad Black Widow origin story that's not Black Widow because it couldn't be licensed.
Oh. It's like the sci-fi version of the Black Widow origin story. Oh, I love sci-fi movies.
I know. All right, guys. So make sure, please follow us on at the NeuroNerds, both on Twitter and on Instagram. You can follow both myself and Joe. I am at Lauren L. Manzano. Do not follow Lauren Manzano. That is someone else. and then we have at Joe So Rocks.
That is me. And at Joe So Rocks at Instagram. That's where I post the most, but I do have Facebook. JoeSoRocks.com is my blog and website, and that's where I post your stories and the You So Rock section. Feel free, reach out to us, ask questions. We're here to help.
And if you're interested in more info about brain injury awareness, remember it is March, so it is Brain Injury Awareness Month. So you can check out BIA USA, which is Brain Injury Association USA.org, and check out the hashtag Change Your Mind campaign, which is their this year, next year, and 2020 God, that's 2 years. Actually, no, it's 3, right?
That's 3.
That's 3.
I can do math.
Wow, I can do math too. That's their campaign from 2018 to 2020.
How awesome is that?
I know, right?
And so we're still working on an outro because we have our intro. We've like recorded like 3.
Okay. Guess our houses.
That's amazing. If anybody has any thoughts of what it could or should be, feel free to send it over.
We have brain injuries. Help us.
Yeah, we need help.
Yeah. All the help.
So, that's what this episode's coming to a close.
Wait, I know. Too long didn't read.
Too long didn't read?
TLDR?
Too long didn't read?
Yeah. That's like Tumblr, what people post. Like if it's a really long post.
I have never done Tumblr.
I'm Tumblr trash.
I did tumble a few times post-stroke, like trying to walk, but...
Funny.
See what I did there?
Funny. Okay, so Too Long Didn't Read. What was today's episode about? Well, we have our own superhero names.
We do.
Right? We're pretty much
our superhero alter egos.
Superhero alter egos. We're pretty badass. We're very nerdy.
Very.
We talk and with bad movies.
But like we're cool
like
nerds.
we're cool nerds.
Yeah.
Except for me, apparently.
No, you're just a nerd.
And talking about video games and how actually video games can help or not help.
Right. They can't help early on,
yeah.
but they definitely can help with your recovery.
Yeah. So basically it's kind of like find your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like just wave your freak flag like proudly,
Yeah,
right?
Just be you. Look,
yeah, embrace it.
For anybody out there who is a survivor, which
yes.
we're all survivors in some way, shape, or form. But if you survived a traumatic brain injury, a stroke,
mental
heart
health
attack, cancer, anything, we're here for a reason. And again, it's not to be angry and bittered and nasty. It's to enjoy life and be the best versions of ourselves. So no matter what, enjoy yourself.
Wave your freak flag proudly, unless it's like a really like bad freak flag.
Right.
But yes, wave your healthy freak flag.
I'm gonna have my shirtless Joe freak flag waving.
Oh, okay. No? That's not that bad.
Okay, I'm gonna have my bottomless Joe freak flag waving.
I'm just gonna record this with my back to you. Super cool. All right, guys.
So good luck in continued health. The hope. That's all we need. We're always gonna be moving forward, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yes. Bye.